But no, the best social media is Piffy, which is the social media that Jax Films created, where all you're allowed to do is just make funny quips. And that's all you need to do. I don't need to hear your opinion about everything ever. Just tell me funny jokes.
That's my existence on the internet. I just post stream of consciousness where I'm like, yeah, this is kind of funny. And I get 3 likes, and I'm like, that was a good day.
Yeah, like, I think that's the best thing. And then I get to vote on who's the funniest.
Right, exactly.
And you know who is definitely not the funniest? This Zachway! Hello and welcome everybody to the AWKWARDCast, where Ayn Wye and Keyframe wonder about random drivel.
I don't like how your eyes light up when you're about to do a transition. Like, it's the thing of, like, you haven't talked a single bit the entire pre-show, and then I just see you staring, being like, Like, it's just like you light up in energy.
It's like a poker hand. It's like the tell, you know?
It's the worst poker face. But hello, everyone.
Hello.
Joy. I don't need to poker face.
Happy Sunday once again.
Yeah, Sunday fun day.
Oh, and here's also one of my complaints about this Blue Sky thing. Everyone's usernames on Twitter looks fucking ugly with the whole .bluesky.social thing. I hate it because it's all lowercase and it looks ugly and it makes searching for people's usernames so much fucking harder because everyone has .bluesky in the name. So it's like
right. No, it's like when you're trying to like tag for your convention schedule or something, and you try to
you're trying to at the con, but it's all you get all the profiles of the people who are also going to the con.
At PVCF, at Pony, and it's like
that's not. Stop inconveniencing me.
The convention becomes like the 15th result down, and it's like,
why did he leave?
He's getting.
Did I bully him too much? Why?
Good.
No. What was that in your hand?
Uh-oh.
Water.
Oh, water. Okay.
I forgot to get my water.
Sponsored by Voss.
Sponsored by water.
Yes, you know what? It is important to hydrate. I also have sponsored by water over here. They're our biggest sponsor.
I didn't get water. I have 2 cups for water.
2 sippy
and none
cups.
of them have water. They're not sippy cups. They don't have lids. These are proper cups. You bought me this cup. This is the Vegas cup. Now, if I was holding up this, then you would have an argument for a sippy cup.
So it's the lid. It's the lid that qualifies sippy cup.
We've had this argument on the show before because I used to have a Scooby-Doo cup that I would drink out of a lot, and then people bullied me, and now it's not on the show anymore because everyone's assholes.
They retired it to the rafters, to the
it's just
rafters.
In my cabinet now, and I have to look at it with disdain.
I have an old...
Because apparently people hate whimsy.
But you see, that is a natural process of when you grow up, you move away from the sippy cap.
Shut up! You have literal dolls on your fucking shelf next to you.
Nobody can see it. Also, this is not a doll. That is an action figurine. Can literally not.
It is a doll. You paid money on a Kickstarter for a plush toy. That is for children. Yeah, Mina.
Oh yeah, Mina.
Oh.
That is for children. Plushes are for children.
This is. I can reach it without having to take my headphones on. Oh. Excuse me. That is not for children. This is a very fashionable protagonist, heroine of an
Jacob
action
Horse
game with detachable glasses. I mean, children wouldn't know how to comprehend detachable glasses. I let you know.
Jacob Horse.
Jacob Horse is not mine. That's Denim's.
Yeah, but Jacob Horse is a plush. Like, look, would you say this is for children?
I've seen the show, so no, definitely not.
But they sell it at Spirit Halloween. So.
Yeah. They sell what's it? Huggy.
Digital. Huggy Wuggy.
They sell Huggy Wuggy, which is arguably even less for children than anything from Digital Circus. It just everywhere like.
The point being, I don't think you are the authority on saying what is for grown-ups or not.
Quiet. Oh. Tip. Yeah, that's the problem. I in recent history, I do a little bit of. So am I? How about now? Okay, apparently.
I didn't like that. Also, but, yes, yeah. I will cradle Kinger like a baby. This plushie is made to be cradled like a baby.
It's got the shape. You know,
your plushie looks pregnant.
but yeah, so far, I mean, Key, it's we have been talking a lot, but it's not just the two of us who have been talking. There's a third person in this call talking.
Yes, apparently time traveled from the 70s at a video rental store. Apparently,
he tries to hide behind a literal tower of media, but we spotted him after all, right there, above me.
No. Yep.
No.
Okay. So, who are you?
Yeah, exactly. With that, Thoth, since it's your first time on the show, more important than ever, please do tell us and our audience who you are, what you do, and why people should care.
Oh, dang. What a start. No, hi. I'm Thoth Penswell. I'm one half of a comedy group, fandom group called Riff Ponies. We make fun of old cartoons and media, and sometimes we watch things together in movies on Twitch, which I'll tell you more about that later, but we do that. I'm also the social media head for HarmonyCon, which is a pony convention based in Dallas, Texas.
It's basically Nightmare Nights, but not and held in February.
We should put that under the Twitter.
I mean, look, it's like how Van Hoover is just BronyCon, but not.
Oh, wow. Taking me back there. Yeah, but yeah, HarmonyCon, come to HarmonyCon. It's a great con. We're in Texas. We have good food, and we have a musical theme this year. It will be a lot of fun.
All theater kids welcome.
Yeah, no, like not to tangent already, because that's a thing that happens with me. But at Winnie City earlier in Chicago in June, when we announced that like the night before, I had about 10 or 15 people throughout the weekend come to me and go, no, listen, I'm so excited for this theme. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But it kept happening. And I'm like, wow, people are really excited about this theme. So I've learned there are a lot of theater kids in the Brony fandom, more than even I could have predicted. So yeah, I make jokes on the internet and in real life. I'm gearing up for Cider Fest now in Milwaukee in less than 2 weeks. That's but no, yeah, I make jokes with friends on the internet. I watch movies. Those are my two talents. Those are the two things I have. But no, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. It happened all so fast, but more than willing to talk with people, you know. It's a blast, this internet, when we can use it for things like this.
And when your visuals and your speaking are not out of sync.
It's true. It's true. See, there's someone else off to the side who's lip syncing who has a better sounding voice than me.
And you and your wait, who is the real Thoth? So I assume you are just the face. You are a face model lip syncing to the real Thoth who is off screen since we established
that. I was about to say, is it the horse in the background?
That's real. This is real.
Yeah, because we have established that Thoth is actually just a disembodied voice that can be listened to at this podcast. But that is one hell of an impressive, elaborate plushie. Not gonna lie.
I don't know what is about it, but I don't know if it's the lighting, but it makes it look like the whites of the eyes are really red, so it looks zooted out of its mind.
I see what you mean. Yes, sorry. Thoth was too stoned to come on camera, therefore this human is taking his place.
Exactly.
But that is... So what is on your DVD stand? I mean, obviously The Fly.
Ooh. Yes.
We said Ghostbusters is on there.
Ghostbusters is there. There's a lovely little film right here that's Mars Express. It was an animated French film that came out this year that I would highly recommend if you like cyberpunk.
Okay.
Challengers, the best film of the year. Hold on, I'm just gonna pull these out.
Is that the one? Is that the one with the tennis players and Zendaya?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. It's the best movie of the year. Trust me. It's on Prime right now, so you can watch it. I'm Challenger pilling everybody in your chat right now. I'm so sorry.
What's the top? What's that? Yeah, that big one.
Oh, so this is one of like a childhood DVD box set. This is the Alien Quadrilogy box set.
That's a pretty box.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do you want a fun little bit here? I can crack this out because we talk about physical media and how much we love it to this day. There's one thing that I don't miss. So see this. It looks unassuming.
Yes.
One. Oh no.
This is one of those foldable. Oh gee.
Dude.
Oh God.
Why? It's like, not even that it's needed for the disc. It's just like.
I mean, kind of.
I mean, it's 4 DVDs, right?
Yeah, but
it's 4 movies, but there's like 9 DVDs.
Oh, 9?
Oh, is it because of the special features and stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
Because nowadays Blu-rays have more disc space than a DVD.
You got it. Yeah. So this is 4 movies back when there were only 4 Alien movies, and you needed 9-10 discs to store all those puppies.
Oh my God.
Nowadays, I think I could actually yank it off the shelf right here because it's directly to my left, as you can see. But if you look at it now, although there is the new Alien, so that might throw off my numbers here. But what they did a few years ago is that after Prometheus and Covenant came out, they put it in this little tiny Blu-ray disc.
My God.
So dare to compare.
I know, but there is something to admire about the opulence of a giant DVD set like that.
I mean, right up here, I have a Godzilla set that's like a big like tablet. It's like,
is it efficient? No. No. But like, is it a cool thing to have and shiny? Yes.
Exactly. You get it, and you have approximated physical media collecting.
I mean, I do have.
We're showing off our physical media collections.
I guess you triggered it, eh?
Yay!
I'm looking around, but the problem is that most of my physical media collection is down in the basement.
I see what you have, P. I'm excited.
When they released Afterlife, they released this Ultimate Ghostbusters collection that has the really cool thing of when you open up the trap. I don't know if it still does it anymore. It does. It lights up.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it has, 3 discs because you got Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, and Afterlife, and then an extra disc which is just all deleted scenes from the first 2 movies and and the work print cut, so you get to watch everything before they added special effects. So there's so many scenes of them staring at ghosts that aren't there, so it looks like people having a mental episode. And my favorite part about this was originally it wasn't going to come with Answer the Call, the girl movie.
Right.
And then the director threw a fit, so they added a digital code to download the girl movie into there.
Paul Feig.
But like, it's a really nice collection. My one thing though is that you have to have it in a certain way to see the lights.
Ooh, true, yeah.
But man,
wow,
it's sturdy.
Yeah, it sounds it. I was gonna say I would have to think of what sets I have. Oh, I guess. Wait a minute. If we're just pulling things out now, this is my complete Friday the 13th collection.
That's baller.
Just a bunch of.
There are too many Friday the 13th movies.
There
is 2 good Friday the 13ths, and then Jason Goes to New York and space, and
we love when Jason goes to space.
Wait till there we go.
There we go.
I unplugged mine. There we go. I want like a really nice like box set of the Leprechaun movies.
Ooh,
Talking about spooky
fair.
month, I want to see a really beautiful box set with director's commentary about Leprechaun going to the hood and to space.
Yeah. And he goes back into the hood.
And then back to the hood again.
Yes.
And then here's the thing: if only the movie after and the third movie weren't like terrible and mid, I would love a box set of the Cube movies, so I can have a box set that looks like a cube.
Yes.
But
absolutely.
then I have to own Cube 2 and Cube 3. And I don't know if I want that aura in my house.
No, it curses the house. You have to burn the house after you own
Even though
Cube
Cube 2 has one of my favorite death scenes ever of the two people fucking in zero gravity, spinning and becoming mummies, essentially. It is one of the best death scenes, and it's in the shittiest movie of...
Cube 2 went where, or Hypercube as its name actually is, Hypercube went where Futurama didn't have the balls to go to actually show Death by Snoo Snoo on screen happening.
That's true.
It really did, yeah. Thank you, Hypercube.
Yes.
Movie of the year, even though you came out in, I think, 2002.
What if we submitted it for Academy Awards now? What if we did it now?
I mean, since nobody saw it back then, they could not tell that it's not from back then, but new.
I looked up Hypercube to find, like, the year it came out. And the Wikipedia links me to the mathematical concept of a hypercube. And it's really funny because you have that italicized text thing when things have similar names. It's like, this article is about the mathematical concept for the film See Cube 2 Hypercube. And it's just really funny of like, if you want this, and here's the thing, the movie does not link back to the mathematical concept. The mathematical concept only it links to the movie.
They're like, if you came to Hypercube's Cube 2 Hypercube, you want to be here. You're not.
And I was correct. It was 2002. If you saw when it first came out in Germany, and then it came out in 2003 in America. So Germany got the lovely experience of Hypercube
Who
first.
made it?
What do you mean, who made it?
Who made it? It's apparently not an American production if it comes out there later.
It's Canada? It's from Lions.
I was going to say the first one was Canadian. I don't know about the next two.
Okay, so the thing is, it's Canadian from a Polish director.
Oh,
and it was first released in Germany. So take that for what you will.
There's some nepotism going on right there.
There's the UN of
the Cube 2 Hypercube is the United Nations of cinema.
But no, what we need to do is that we say we're remaking Cube 2. We're not remaking Cube 1, we're remaking Cube 2. And we don't change a single thing except like one scene. And that way we can count it as a new movie.
Right.
And then submit it to the Academy.
We're like Roger Corman, where he would just take like 5 different movies and cut them together into a new one. And be like,
it'll be like in the Godzilla films where they have the flying condor fight, the same fight footage in 2 different movies. Yes. But this is for a whole film, and so we could be like, for your consideration.
There's an entire movie. There's an entire now you got me talking about Godzilla because I'm doing a stream.
We don't need to add. Oh, there you go. This is how we could segue into what have you been up to lately? Well, you're going to be talking about Godzilla, so tell us.
Right. No, I was going to all of them. I'm going to talk about all of the Godzilla films ever made.
Okay,
there's one.
Forgive me if I say all Godzilla films.
70 Godzilla movies. No, 70 years of Godzilla.
Yeah, it's true. It's 70th anniversary this year.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
But yeah, there is one Godzilla film which I think they made after they meant to like stop making them in the 70s, where it is 80% stock footage. It's All Monsters Attack, where there's a child. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. There's a little kid. Is annoying. Respectfully, the kid's a little bit annoying. I don't blame him. I blame the script. The script. He wants to go to Monster Island to hang out with Godzilla. this monster that is established to destroy Japan. The 70s movies got, the 60s and 70s movies got weird.
I want to hang out with Godzilla. He's like a big friend. This is my friend.
Exactly. And then he hallucinates, he dreams, and he goes to Monster Island, and he meets Godzilla's son, Minya, who could suddenly grow big or grow small so he can talk to the child. And then they watch stock footage for 90 minutes. And then there's a little bit of original monster fighting footage that happens, but otherwise it's just stock footage. There's a Gamera movie where they straight up steal like footage from Star Wars. It's kind of great.
How are they allowed?
It was a different time.
I suppose, yes, but that's interesting.
Do you ever see the movie they call Turkish Star Wars, where there's just this guy jumping around and there's Indiana Jones music playing and there's just straight up footage from Star Wars just plopped into the movie?
I mean, the whole genre of like foreign bootleg movies is fascinating with how they're just like, it's like if it's no better way. It's like if a movie was described to a space alien, and then the space alien made a simulation of what he thinks the description was.
Exactly. It's like it's pre-AI where you feed it into another country, and it's like, what do they like about it? Let's just do that for 90 minutes.
It's like that era of YouTube where there was all the song covers of songs, but you put it through Google Translate for like 5 different languages and then back to English.
Yes, exactly.
So what have you been consuming recently in the media world besides everything we've talked about already?
I mean, my life is movies. I went to film school. I have a film degree. It's got me in as many places as you can imagine a film degree has got me. But no, I work in television. And other than that, I go to movies. My life is movies, as you can see here. There's a shelf here.
Yeah, because of the square.
Oh,
move his camera.
It's okay. Yeah, right. No, but there's a shelf directly to the left of me.
We can do this.
Hold on, he's do.
Go.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is.
And that's a weird fisheye lens effect because it looks like your shelf is like curved.
I'm like I live in a Tim Burton house. But yeah, it's I just watch movies. That's most of my life. I share movies with people. Just last night I was watching I started streaming and watching with a bunch of friends. We watched an old 60s Japanese horror movie, Onibaba. And then earlier in the night I was watching a 90s Gamera movie. I kind of just go with, I mean, this month you're catching me in the middle of like horror movies for sure.
Yeah, spooky.
Exactly. And then tonight, this week, actually, we've been doing a thing over on the Riff Ponies Twitch, which you can go follow. It's a fun time. We've been doing Godzilla Week. Nobody declared it that. It was just me. I was like, we're going to watch Godzillas this week. So we watched the 1990...
Who decided this? Me.
Me, exactly. I run the show. I have the movie. Don't you see this shelf? This is my license to movie.
Wait, do I need to move it again?
It's like an old pan and scan copy of a movie from the 90s. You ever see the pan and this is for Key. Did you ever see the pan and scan version of Ghostbusters?
Yes, I have.
where they ruin the elevator joke, the elevator scene.
Because nothing good ever comes from pan and scan.
Exactly. Remember
that is Pepsi okay of film formats.
It is. You're right. It's like the old days when they had DVDs and they were like, oh, they had a widescreen, but there was also a full screen edition. And now they don't have that. They don't do that anymore because they're like, no, we want the movie the way it's meant to be shown.
Or they do the thing with shows and stuff where it's like the show was shot for standard definition.
Oh no!
And then when when TV's all like standardized to widescreen, they widescreen the shows, which is either they stretch them out or they went back to the original footage in widescreen, so you see parts of the set you weren't supposed to. Yes. So you see like weird background stuff, or in cartoons there's like Simpsons things where you could see like characters getting cut off because, well, they weren't meant to be there.
Right, exactly. It's
fascinating.
They did that with there's a few cases of that in like the next gen releases, Star Trek: The Next Generation, where you could just see like mats in the back. You could see like color gels and everything. And you're also making out a bunch of details you weren't meant to see on a standard definition TV in the 90s, where it's like, oh, I can see tape right there. That's a bounce gel that's meant to make the lighting look good here. But it's fine. It's part of it. But yeah, so this week it's been a lot of horror. I recently hosted a thing in Luckrock server where I showed Peter Jackson's Brain Dead and then Shaun of the Dead back to back. Fun zombie movies.
Shaun of the Dead is such a good movie.
Oh, it's so good.
I love Shaun of the Dead.
They did a re-release back in August. They released it back in theaters for a week or two in like Dolby Cinema, and that was one of the most fun movie-going experiences ever because it was a full theater like opening night, and there was just people laughing at a movie from 20 years ago. It was a delight. I love it. That's what I live for.
I love those types of re-releases because there's just such a community to watching something nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's like going to a Rocky Horror showing or something.
Right.
And you see people throwing spoons at the screen.
Yes. Have you ever seen Uncut Gems? The Adam Sandler movie. Yeah, great movie, one of my faves. And they did an IMAX re-release of it back in May. And I remember when I was at it, it was a very lively screening and everything because it was in New York City, the largest IMAX in North America. But when it got to that bit at the end where he's talking to Kevin Garnett and he ends that whole monologue with "Let's bet on this shit," my audience burst into applause and whooping and hollering, and I was like, "These are my people."
I need to ask, how much did the audience cheer when Adam Sandler was looking at stuff and being like, "Oh man, I'm gonna come"?
That got a theater-wide laughter. So
I'm glad.
Right. Yes.
I love that movie. And God, I fear the world now that movie got snubbed at the Oscars because he threatened he'd make a purposely bad movie if that movie wasn't nominated. And that means, what? You weren't trying before?
He's only getting started. That's just his first form.
Hubie Halloween was just his second form, and we still haven't gotten to the final Evo. But so I guess all that was your media? I don't know if we could write it down. It's just... your life is media.
Kind of. That's a perfect way to put it.
I mean, I usually link the YouTube channel of the guest in the description down below anyway, so...
Just link the address to a Blockbuster, like...
right. Or... No, I mean, you have the... On the... Oh, okay. You go first. You are guest.
I could link you to my Letterboxd. Letterboxd is the best social media platform, actually.
Do you have a link tree? At this point, you mentioned so many things.
You know what? I have the perfect thing. I have the perfect thing to link for Thoth's Media. This is the Wikipedia article for just film in general.
That helps. That's a good starting point. Yes.
A film, also called a movie, motion picture, moving picture, flick, or photoplay. I am going to call movies photoplays from now on.
You said this was a Wikipedia article and not the encyclopedia article from the 1980s when it was written in some kind of book series you have in your living
Britannica.
Room. Yeah.
like the ones you had to call in to get the new volume.
Oh God. Do you remember when you had to call to just get movie times? Remember Movie Phone, kids? I remember Movie Phone.
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember travel agents and all these things.
Gosh.
having to disconnect the phone so you could use the internet because those things were connected. Those were fun times. I don't want to go back.
I was gonna say now we just have Twitter or Blue Sky. That's their version of that.
Like that's our biggest problems. Back in the day, their problem was how long can I be on the internet and go on E-Bomb's world before mom has to call the phone and to ask for movie times to go see Men in Black. And
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you, as a pubescent boy from the 90s, looking at porn on the internet back then was no fun. This was work. This was work. Yes, this was an individual picture what Key showed. Like pictures loaded row by row. And it's like, is something interesting coming? Oh God, she still had her top on? Why did I even go here?
I mean, then you have the stuff like the old like Flash games and stuff when Newgrounds and stuff was just starting, and even then when you had people who actually programmed websites, where it's like, they made it work even then because like that you had to work because there were like those like, oh, play Snake, and the longer the snake gets, the more the girl's clothes come off. Ooh. And it's like now I don't think pubescent people have the patience for that.
No, they don't want the foreplay anymore.
They're like, I have to work. Which, if they don't want to, they don't have the foreplay, they don't like the foreplay anymore, they're gonna have a hard time when they're an adult. Like, but like, it's just like, it's too instantaneous. Maybe we need to put the next generation, and as the next generation, I mean alpha, not the next generation that's being born next year.
Right. Oh no.
We need to put the next generation in like a room where they have to experience like 90s internet and technology. Like it's like a summer camp, so they know how good they have it. That's how we teach appreciation. We send them to, it's like a Ren fair, but just for 90s shit.
Right, exactly. We put them in an office cubicle. We're like,
exactly.
This teaches patience. We put them in the, it's like Stanley Parable, you know? We send them on an adventure.
Yeah, so it's like, I think that would be the best way to condition society.
We give them a VHS and be like, figure it out. How do you play this?
But no, Thoth, I have to tell you, I'm sorry, and you're sitting down, so I don't feel bad. Generation Beta's starting to be born next year. The most unfortunate name for a generation ever.
Generation Beta.
Yes, and you want to know what's worse? Their alternate name is the Glass Generation. So either they're betas or they're fragile. Like, who hated these kids? Like, I feel bad for them. Like, these are gonna... But watch, ironically, they will be the most confident generation of all time.
Yes, exactly. When they'll be filming themselves out in public all the time. It'll be great.
It's great.
Well, they're already doing it. What am I saying?
Well, not Generation Beta. They're still, like, not born yet.
They're gestating.
They are either in their mother's bellies or a glint in their father's eyes. Like,
exactly.
They don't exist yet. Anyways, Max, what's your media? We've been talking too much.
Well, I had actually a hard time coming up with a good media this week, so I have to do another rule bend once again.
Uh-huh.
I have 3 media, but they all are the same description.
Ooh.
Okay.
So it is a show. So my media is an anime show on Netflix, which is only like in its 3rd to 4th episode, for which I am familiar with the manga it is based on, and can say it's a pretty accurate adaptation. I am, of course, talking about Blue Box, I mean Dandadan, I mean Ranma Half.
Ooh, Ranma, pick Ranma.
I mean, it goes basically for the same. I mean, Ranma is a little bit of a special case because the source material is a lot older. Like, from the 90s, I had the full manga at home, and it was like quite a lineup of books.
Same.
So I actually knew the entire story. I watched at least part, or maybe I actually watched all of it, of the cartoon when it was on the TV. I have a hard time remembering.
It was like one of my first animes. I love Ranma.
Yeah, but I have to say, talking about those younger generations back in my days when we saw Ranma on television, she still had nipples. She didn't have this Barbie doll body that she now got in the new adaptation for this.
They did that recently in Uzumaki too. Like I realized that it seems like that type of showing the Barbie Ken doll body seems to be coming like the way. What happened to the good old days of Steam covering up the nipples or something?
Right.
Like,
but what happened to the good old days where they showed nipples in a family-friendly anime? The West ruined anime because they were not as prude before we came in and ruined it.
I know you say that, but then we have Dandadan, which I think is like the antithesis of that.
Ooh.
Of the West coming in and ruining the horny, or...
I'm just saying, this one has moments where you're like, I feel like the prudishness should have
a little bit. It's like, I mean, this, how old are the high school protagonists? Because, of course, our high schoolers, because it's an anime. How old are those high school protagonists where she gets literally abducted by aliens in the first episode? Who want to do with her what aliens want to do.
I just, look, I try to view anime, unless it's like a moe thing or a Made in Abyss kind of shit, as when they say they're in high school, it's like when you see porn actors doing high school scenes. Like, it's obviously a 38-year-old.
They don't look like it. They don't speak like it. The challenges they have to face in the storyline are not those of teenagers, and they don't cope with it as teenagers would. So, yeah, they are basically adults in everything but official designation. So, yeah, I see it the same way.
We know why they're called high schoolers.
Exactly. Right. Except for, and now what a segue to bring us back to the first of my three, Blue Box is actually a fascinating case. So, maybe owns the entire manga, have read only the first few chapters to compare it with the anime and the quality of the adaptation, and am up to date with the manga. And Blue Box is one of those cases where it is absolutely and 100% teenagers in this story. Because Denim can confirm, while I was especially reading up to it and was not caught up and therefore didn't have one chapter a week, but read like multiple, burned through those arcs in super speed. Disclosure of my private life, I am reading a lot of manga on the toilet. So it was a regular occurrence of me bursting out of the bathroom, just shouting on the top of my lungs, "So damn teens!"
Oh wait, is this the fucking badminton anime?
Yes, Blue Box is the fucking badminton anime.
Let me. So when I was over there,
and I was not yet caught up.
And you were not yet caught up. There were just so many moments where like I'm on the couch and Denim's on the computer, and like he comes out being like so like annoyed. And it's like, what happened? Did you fall in? And it's like, no, those damn teenagers. And the funniest part is, which has nothing to do with the manga's quality, is that he kept saying badminton.
Badminton.
But he has an accent.
Badminton.
So for a week, I thought he was saying Batman.
There's a Batman teenage manga adaptation,
and he looked at me like I had, three heads, and he was like, "What do you mean?" And we were like, "You're saying Batman, like Batman."
Batman.
And he's like,
Batman.
Yeah, now you're adding the extra syllable, but you were just saying Batman.
Stop name dropping media. He keeps stacking them on top.
Soon this is going to be taller than the camera.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yes, continue about like this anime.
Exactly.
I'm so curious. Yeah.
So with this one, this is the exception to the rule. No, there. I pointed the
where
the media
high schoolers act like high schoolers.
Exactly, where they actually go, where they are dumb teens who have to figure shit out, and you are there for it. You are still like, oh my god, So this one is like, for this one, it is a very wholesome one to point this out, because I guess this is something that you should really point out when talking about anime, and it being actual teenagers who act and behave like teenagers. It is thankfully not like Dandadan or Ranma, where a lot of it is built around the eckiness. No, this one is absolutely not ecky. It's wholesome. It's about two dumb teenagers figuring shit out, and then the circle of involved classmates and whatnot increases. But it's funny and funny enough, which should also be pointed out. It is a shonen.
Oh, okay.
I know from everything what you just heard and whatnot, it sounds a lot shoujo, but no, it is a shonen, but without any supernatural move. But the protagonist is still, unlike what this picture doesn't give away, but the protagonist is the boy. In Boy Meets Girl, it's a boy. It's about yes, his romantic journey, but also his badminton journey. And making it to nationals, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
And if you still feel like reading a romantic, I would say it has also comedy aspect. But yeah, sports / comedy / romance anime about teenagers who are actual teenagers. I can recommend the manga, and the anime seems to be a very faithful adaptation. So good stuff. Would recommend. Dandadan, again, I'm only truly knowing it as far as anime is out, but is in regards to adaptations. Fantastic adaptation, as in they actually added a little bit visual flair to it in the anime that is not there in the manga, but in ways where you can clearly say this would hardly be possible in a manga. Like especially playing with movements and visuals. There is one scene early on which doesn't necessarily even be spoiler. So it's like a character running away from a supernatural entity. In the manga, he's just running out of the tunnel where he encountered the entity, jumping on his bike, riding off, and the entity, you just have one panel where the entity jumps in front of him. What they do in the anime is like, he's like, oh my god, turns around, tries to run away, and they did the visual effect where the exit keeps going further and further away while he is running, and then you see the entity basically running along the wall and the ceiling to catch up to him, which in a manga would be hard to convey because it's a very moving picture thing. So I can only say a fantastic choice in animation studio. Very Trigger-esque. Very, very Trigger-esque. So
where the animation kind of like elevates the original material. No, exactly.
Yeah,
it's kind of
exactly.
Like, it's kind of like, have you ever seen one of my favorite uses of like animation and in terms of like direction and elevating the material, where like it wouldn't have been nearly as engaging of an anime if not for the creator and the director. Have you ever seen anything by Satoshi Kon?
Maybe.
You need to list titles.
Perfect Blue, Tokyo Godfathers, Paprika, Paranoia Agent.
These.
Yeah, okay. Key's seen these.
Yes.
They do a thing where that director and his creative team, Satoshi Kon, they'll play around with like the reality, the animated reality in the world that they've built, where like in Perfect Blue, there's so many different sequences that chain into each other that are dream sequences basically, but the way they're built and the way they play with reality, because it's animation so they can do whatever, it's a story like that where it can only be told through animation, and it uses every inch of that medium to tell a story. And then you could have something like Black Swan, which is essentially a remake of Perfect Blue, more or less.
Some people would rather say rip off, but you could say
it's weird because Right. It's weird because Darren Aronofsky. Oh God, I'm going into the tangents again. Darren Aronofsky, the director, technically owned the U.S. rights to a remake of it, so he could do it, but he also claims that he's never
but
seen it.
It's the same thing though of like when
Yeah.
people point out that what is it, like Inception and stuff is basically one of the Urusei Yatsura movies. Like it's like when you actually watch it, it's like this is like story beat for story beat, just this movie.
Right. And then Inception and everything, but then people say, but then all the Nolan heads are like, well, they wrote the script before Paprika came out. And it's like, well, it's okay if things are inspired by each other. It's not okay if they're ripped off.
Which anime do we blame for Tenet? Like,
I guess.
But yes, out of the three, Max, which one do you think you could recommend the most?
Let me quickly give because I only talked
general
about
audiences.
Yeah. That's a hard one because they're all three very, very different. I talked enough about Blue Box. This one is again story-wise also very crazy, very Studio Trigger-esque, like. Yeah, this is all about crazy stuff. And then Ranma is more subdued shenanigans, but it has a little bit more of the old school vibes to it. I mean, for those who are not in the know at all, Ranma is a story about this boy having been fallen into the well of the drowned young girl, which means whenever he gets in contact with cold water, he turns into Ranma. A young girl version of himself, and returning only back when he gets splashed with hot water. And it's a cast of crazy characters, including also a growing number of people who happen to also travel to the same weird area where there is well next to well, full of drowned individuals, animals, whatnot. So they all have a similar affliction where cold water transforms them and into whatever, and then hot water transforms them back.
They got it.
It is, it is most comedy of all three of them. Dandadan has a lot of actions and visuals, and the humor is definitely. Dandadan has a big chunk of humor. Ranma is a comedy with a little bit of romance sprinkled on top, because the main idea is that Ranma and Akane, his dad's best friend's daughter is basically his fiancée, but both of them are not really into that idea. But we know how those stories go.
It's anime.
It's anime.
I was gonna say, what era is Ranma one half from? Because I know I've heard the name.
Yeah, originally I believe the manga was late 80s to early 90s, and then in the 90s there was the first adaptation, which didn't go all the way. 80s.
The Ranma manga started in 1987.
Wow.
And then ended in 96, and the TV show started in 1989.
89.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Remember how anime to come over to the United States nowadays it's so easy. Some of them are just they premiere concurrently in US and Japan. I know Space Dandy, they did that, which I love. Space Dandy. Remember when we had to ship it over here in VHS box sets of 2 episodes per box, and it would be like $50. Remember those days?
Oh yeah.
I don't miss those days. I don't miss those days. Now I can just where is it? Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I could just pull it right off the shelf a couple months later. This is really good. Blue Giant is really good. I recommend it. It's an anime film. Very, very good. It's kind of like Dragon Ball Z and Whiplash.
Put it on the stack.
Oh no! See, there now it's there. Yay. Maybe it'll stay up there. Stay up.
But
there.
Yes, what were you saying about Ranma, Max?
Yeah, that basically to add to Thoth's point. Yeah, nowadays instead of having to mail order it, no, you have all three recommendation-worthy shows of a wide variety, all of them just airing in a weekly pattern. thank goodness they brought it back on Netflix. So at least here in Germany, I'm not sure if all 3 get distributed on Netflix in the US. At least Ranma has a little Netflix N in the corner. So, but yeah, by all likeliness, you can just go to Netflix and check all 3 out. They are all just only 3 to 4 episodes in, which means you can just check them all out, be up to date, and decide what you want to continue watching yourself, because I recommend all 3.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm so uneducated. I try to keep up with anime, but then like the problem was that the first anime I ever had because obviously as a child, sorry, tangent. As a child, you watched through like Toonami, you saw Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon or Naruto, and you didn't really register those as anime. It was just like, oh, a cartoon.
Another
is
cartoon.
On. Yeah. Exactly. You get it, Key. But then as I grew older, I think Naruto on Toonami was when I kind of tuned out. Not that I have anything against Naruto, but it just wasn't child thoughts thing.
Believe it.
Have you ever seen the German Naruto intro? Watch the German Naruto.
Yes,
so
I love
good.
the German Naruto opening. My favorite thing about it was that Max never saw it, so I screen shared a YouTube video upload of it.
Naruto was at the time where I already started consuming my anime in English.
Yeah, but the funniest thing was that we were watching it, and then he's like, "What? Oh, fuck me." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I know the channel ticker that's in the corner of this recording." So it felt like a personal call out.
RTL 2 RTL 2 was one of the big anime kids afternoon program channels. I mean, I'm pretty sure RTL 2 was that channel where in the 90s I watched my Dragon Ball, back then still in German.
Right, exactly. And it's so funny because the first anime because Naruto was when I was kind of out as a child Thoth. And then the one that brought me back in was my cousin, who is a couple years younger than me. He's like, "Do you watch anime?" I'm like, "No, I kind of stopped." He's like, "You should watch this one. Just watch this one and you'll like anime." Okay. And he hands me a DVD box set of Cowboy Bebop. And I watched all of Cowboy Bebop, and I'm like, this is one of the greatest fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
Nothing will live up to it.
I was about to say,
the
least anime in anime history.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is because my girlfriend, she loves anime as well, and I've always been like, you gotta watch Cowboy Bebop, and she's like, but if I watch the thing that's considered the best of its kind
How
at
will
all.
I watch garbage anymore?
That's the thing.
Exactly.
No, it's even worse. Cowboy Bebop, I would say, is not even the best of its kind because it is the Japanese attempt of making a Western cartoon.
Yeah.
It's like what Avatar is. Avatar: The Last Airbender is to the West is Cowboy Bebop to Japan. So
that's an interesting way to put it.
And therefore, it's not even the best. It's very good, just like Avatar: The Last Airbender is very good, but it is an outlier in its own environment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a freak!
Yes, it absolutely is.
So is it my turn to media?
Yes.
Because I think there's something amazing at the wonderful film history Thoth has, the 3 amazing animes you have.
Is it a YouTube channel about a guy drinking water?
No, I linked it. I linked it up in the chat. It's above the Wikipedia for the film.
Ah, okay, that was.
So I'm going to talk about a show, a photoplay, if you will, of that I watched as a young one. That I recently found the entire show of on YouTube, which is always a great sign. So this is big. This is Big Wolf on Campus.
I love this.
Okay, so let me explain. So this was a show that aired from 1999 to 2002. It's a Canadian show.
Oh God!
Already a great
I saw the
start.
makeup just now.
Oh, he is the main character.
Oh no!
So it's about this guy named Tommy Dawkins, and he's a senior in high school who got bitten by a werewolf during a football camping trip.
I'm working on it. I'm getting on. Give me a moment. Keep talking.
Just pause at a moment in the intro or something.
Maybe I can do that.
I'm pulling it up.
Just pause it when it's halfway through his transformation into a werewolf. But no, Yeah, so he lives in the town of Pleasantville. No, not the Tobey Maguire movie.
Ooh, I was gonna say.
He's just in Victorian times gentleman.
Yeah, the thing is that apparently he had more wolf makeup, but the actor had an allergic reaction, so they had to reduce it. But yeah, so he gets bitten by the alpha werewolf, because that's the terminology they use on a football
Is he the beta?
trip.
Is he the beta werewolf?
Yes, they do call him the beta werewolf. Which is great. Yes. But yeah, so he is known and basically he has to fight paranormal happenings that happen in the town. So werewolves and cults and all these things, but he's considered a monster as well. And he also has to hide it given the fact that his dad is the mayor of the town.
Ooh, okay.
But yeah, so he tries to save the day with his friend, who is a conspiracy theorist who wears all black, long trench coats, and calls his bedroom his lair. And in the first episode, Deadass points a gun at his little sister. I'm just saying.
Canada's wild.
One of these people looks more dangerous than the other, and it's not the werewolf.
Not the werewolf.
And he also has his girlfriend, who changes actors halfway through season 2.
Of course.
Named Stacy, who's a cheerleader.
Huh. They really dug deep for that one.
You know what this sounds like? And I just want to refresh here because I think I remember you saying this, but just to double check, what year did this show air?
1999 through 2002.
I was about to say, his friend has such 90s hair. I mean, here's another screenshot of him. Look at this hair.
Which gives me the best thought of, there is a non-zero chance they recorded episodes of this show when 9/11 happened and he was in that makeup.
It was like Dana Carvey with Master of Disguise, where he's in the turtle suit, and they have a moment of silence.
My favorite bit about this conspiracy theorist dude, who looks like he got off of Spooky Island from the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
Is that he constantly references films, and then Tommy, who does not know these films, is like, what happened in these films? And the guy just goes on tangents about the behind the scenes and the directors of the film, and it's like, no, what the fuck happened in the movie? So yes, Foff, you're just in this show, I guess.
I'm in the show. But, it's me.
It is such a bad show. The one, plus I'll give the show, it actually does have a concept of time because they do graduate high school. And the reason why the girlfriend leaves the show is because she moves away for college. So they get another girl. Yeah. So I'll give that 1 point.
I believe I just found the Fuller makeup and oh no.
Yay! It'll look better than Blumhouse. Let me see. Oh, that's great.
Oh no,
that's great. But
yes, he's always attempting to try to cure himself, but he just doesn't. And yeah, and also there's just multiple occasions where the other characters. By the way, I want you to guess what the fucking conspiracy dude's name is. You'll love it.
Ooh.
Think of, what does this very school shooter looking man, what do you think his name is gonna be?
I like the idea of, you got a school shooter look to you.
Yeah. You look like you should tell your friend not to come to school tomorrow.
Let's see, late 90s school shooter
90s
type.
He's not liked in school. He's always bullied. Kevin, Trevor, Victor, Michael. Oh, poor Michael. But Bob, what's your guess?
I was gonna go outside of the box. I was gonna say Slade or something, or West.
This character wishes. His name is Merton.
Okay.
I know, right? His name is Merton J. Dingle. And the main character is Tommy P. Dawkins. These are not real names. Those
are amazing.
They are amazing names. But yes, this show is stupid, and it has 65 episodes. And I love it to bits. It's basically Teen Wolf, but dumber. But I implore people to watch this, either sober or inebriated, because the camera work in this show is like someone having a manic episode. How they establish every shot in the first episode is, imagine putting a camera on the roof of a car, driving to the location, and then speeding up the footage in Premiere. That's the establishing shot for every scene.
I love it. I need to see this.
It's so bad. All the episodes are on YouTube.
Let's go.
I do warn, they're VHS recordings. You may hear it only out of the left ear, but I think it adds to the experience. This show is so fucking dumb. I love it.
Well, I love it. Listen, balanced diet of prestige things and just trash. That's me. Yeah, I love that.
Exactly. I also have to give this show the one thing. It is the show that made me find out what the Manchurian Candidate is. You know, the critically acclaimed film and story. I found out about it by watching this show, because they have an episode called The Manchurian Werewolf, where Tommy gets brainwashed by the Werewolf Syndicate, because there's a syndicate cult in this show as well. And so I was like, what does this mean? And that's how I found out about that. So cool.
So just to establish the name of that episode again, run that by me.
Is The Manchurian Werewolf.
Man, the Wolf Manchurian Candidate was right there, you guys.
I know.
Come on, they blew it.
They did. However, this is the show that, because that was part of a 2-part episode. So you think the episode's going to be called The Manchurian Werewolf Part 2, right?
Right.
No, this is the time that they want to be fucking fancy. It's called Manchu Part 2. Like, duh, like the French spelling.
Is it the second Joker movie? What?
I know.
Werewolf Folie à Deux. I was going to say, you mentioned Teen Wolf. It also sounds like, to me, it was very much indebted to, like, Buffy at the time.
Oh, it's most certainly they were trying to hop on Buffy's bones.
Definitely.
It was without them knowing that Seth Green was going to leave the show after 2 seasons. Like, it's just, yeah. But yeah, that is my media. A show that I watched as a child, so you can assume that this had to do something. This has to be a reason I am the way that I am.
No, it's interesting because you bring that up. Have you seen, there's a really great movie from this year that's kind of about that phenomenon. It's more about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but it could apply to this. Have you seen or heard of the movie I Saw the TV Glow?
Yes.
Cannot recommend that movie enough, but it has a similar thing where it talks about our relationships as people and like our child relationships with media like that and how it made us feel. And it talks about a show that's meant to be a Buffy the Vampire Slayer like analog, basically. This sounds very similar to that. And it's interesting how stuff like that sticks with us. I mean, for me, that was like, I don't know, the Goosebumps show as a kid. I remember watching Goosebumps as a kid, although that's lower down the tier than this or Buffy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have my own things with Goosebumps. Like that is a show that is one of the 2 examples of why I have my irrational fear of being in a younger body but having the mind of that I have now.
Oh, okay.
Because there's that fucking grandfather clock episode of Goosebumps where the kid goes back in time to when he's a literal baby and he's calling for help, but he's a baby, so he can't talk. And I'm like, oh, cool. New fear activated.
New fear unlocked. Yes, exactly.
But yes, that's enough. That's enough media for now. Now it's time to get to the A's and Q's.
But before that, one last thought, because I just want to point out that this is the highest resolution picture for Big Bad Wolf on Campus I found on YouTube, on Google.
There it is. There it is. They knew.
But it's also like it literally comes with Buffy.
That is great.
But if you zoom in, you actually can tell one of those has a better resolution than the other one.
Buffy could afford more resolution. They bought more RAM, you know.
But yeah. Also, I guess, do you want to promote the art of the week? Since
yes,
I promoted when there was this Keyframe person doing an art doing an art. Bite me.
Yeah, and that Keyframe person was super like when that was done. But now look at this little ferret man. You can see why he's drawn like this in the next issue of Noodle Doodles.
Not just in in the current one.
Yeah, in the current issue of Noodle Doodles that's out right now. Yeah, because now it's at issue 3, and that issue is about art styles and stuff.
Ooh.
So go give it a peek. Go share. Go follow, because he's almost at 50 followers on the Twitter. So go and do that. Go give him the validation so he draws more, because he is actually starting to draw faster and faster.
Oh my gosh!
Almost like practice.
It's almost like practice.
Practice. What's the English saying?
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. Übung macht den Meister.
The only people that phrase doesn't apply to is Big Wolf on Campus.
Is Big Wolf on Campus, because they had 65 episodes
to practice.
To practice.
And they didn't make perfect.
I want a Big Wolf on Campus reunion special. Like, you know what? What is he doing on campus right now? Like, is he a teacher? Is he Professor Werewolf? That would be an amazing show.
Key, I want you to run a panel at the next con just recapping Big Wolf on Campus. I would love it.
No, I'm gonna pitch that it's like, look, we make the con 24 hours only because there's one panel that runs into the morning, and it's just us watching Big Wolf on Campus on loop until 4 a.m.
That would be amazing.
It'd be like those watch parties that happened at TrotCon that made TrotCon go 24 hours. But yeah, like, oh God. Professor Wolf on Campus. That's an amazing show. And then another person gets bit, and then it's just the Batman Beyond of Big Wolf on Campus.
There it is. We've cracked it.
There we go.
This is our pitch. We've
cracked it. Canada, call me.
Like, and you know what? You're pitching it to Netflix. You pitch it to Netflix, who they don't like any unestablished IP anymore, and they're like, well, is this connected to an existing IP? And it's like you just show them all of the episodes, and you're like, here it is.
It lasted 65 episodes. It has staying power.
Syndication.
And as you can see by the makeup, it's not an expensive show to make. And also, folks, no, this is Cult of the Lamb.
Oh yeah.
Educate yourself.
Dang.
But yes, now it is time for the Q's and the A's.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So
can I?
How is it doing on Discord?
We got quite a few, but we got a few A's that we have to figure out the Q's to.
Oh.
So I like that.
Do give us those A's.
Okay, well, this one is from Wolfhead, or Not a Man Nor a Mouse, who actually did put what the Q is, but it's under a spoiler tag. So
I resisted the temptation to check it out myself. So let's see what is the answer.
The answer is, we try not to get political on this show, but yes, I would.
Great. To which Odie added, short answer, yes, with an if. Long answer, no, with a but.
Ooh, okay. So let's see. What is...
We try not to get... Okay, we're talking Wolfhead. Okay,
well, first of all, it's definitely not actually political.
Exactly, because it's Wolfhead.
I was going to offer a guess.
Yeah.
Oh?
Do you take orange juice with pulp or no pulp?
Ooh, that could be a good one.
Okay, wait.
Could be a good...
Let's see, does this make sense with Odie's answer? So take it with pulp or no pulp? First of all, this is not a yes-no question, so this is already... We need to tweak that a little bit. Do you take it with pulp or without one? Yes. With an if.
But okay, so it needs to be like I like the direction of do you take your orange juice like this?
Okay.
Because it has to be that inane, of like
right, exactly.
Because I feel like it's one of those things where it's like it's such a stupid topic, but we're going to argue about it.
Exactly.
So I think it has to be about a character. I think it has to be like.
Oh, a political character, like Son Goku from Dragon Ball. Would he beat Superman? Can Son Goku beat Superman? Because the level of debate that this question causes on any platform on the internet is out there with political debates.
Death Battle makes its entire revenue with Goku versus Superman. I'm trying to think, like, my brain went to something where it's like, something really stupid, like the fucking hypothetical of would you rather have all bacon and no games and no games and all bacon, like those fucking meme things, or why do they oven the cold food when out the hot food?
So keep in mind, it needs to be a yes-no question. We are so programmed to would you rather questions by now. We always sink in those, but it must be a yes or no question.
Okay, but I do think it has to be about a character, so it maybe someone polarizing, like...
Yes. Who is a political figure, but a fictional political figure.
Not political, polarizing. I think it's polarizing, which is why it would get political, like, because it would be like, it would say different opinions. I think it's one of the Helliverse characters, given the fact that Wolfhead has Blitz as his profile pic right now.
Okay.
I think it's something like, is Adam actually some like a trash taste thing or something, like, and knowing it could be making fun of one of us, so it's either something with Vox for me, or maybe it's something with like I don't know, Luna or something for you, or like who's the short crazy chick.
That does not narrow it down.
No. Yeah, the stabby maid that stares into the camera.
Yeah.
For the record, I've only seen one episode of Has Been Hotel.
And it is a free pilot on YouTube.
Yes, bingo.
Yeah, nifty. Yeah. But point being, I think it's probably something with that, because their profile pic is from Hell of a Boss. So it feels like a Helliverse thing, and if there's something that's polarizing on the internet, it's Helliverse. So my guess is one of the characters we like trash or not.
Oh, okay.
What do you think your guess is, Max?
Okay, let me. And it needs to be a yes/no. Keep in mind, it needs to be a yes/no question.
They're coming.
We try not to get political on this show, but yes, I would. I would.
I wouldn't. Can't wait to see this backfire. Whatever this answer is.
Is it like a dating
yes with
thing?
An if, no with a but.
This is like a scarier version of Jeopardy.
It really is.
I'm so scared.
It's like
what we are
threat.
saying. Oh, that's also the question. So we first need to figure out we need to have our best guess about the question, and then give our answer, and then we check what we actually answered.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what? I'm gonna say I would, because this answer feels like there's something shameful in it, and I have no shame. So I would.
There you go.
And looking again at Odie's answers, which is like, yes with an if, no with a but. So basically, it comes with a condition. The yes comes with a condition, which is like, yes, I would do it if this and this is given.
This qualifier.
Or to play it safe, long answer is no. Also funny that the short answer is yes.
No, but if something like this happened,
and then
any answer with like provisions or asterisks on it, it's a minefield. So I'm curious.
Would you date your Helliverse favorite character in real life if you have the chance?
Okay, I'm gonna see what the question actually is.
Okay.
So, and what's your answer, Max?
Oh yeah, my answer.
We know. We know Foss because they haven't watched the show, so no.
Hey, I've watched one. I've watched a singular has-been hotel.
And who is your favorite character?
The eggs.
The eggs.
Would you date the eggs?
Would you date the eggs?
It would depend if Joe is voicing them or not. Still,
that's true.
Okay. See, there's the if.
They're not political.
With an if, namely if Joe voices them.
So drum roll, please. The question was: would you describe Luna as a good girl but misunderstood? So it was a Helliverse thing.
Yep.
I'm a god, but it wasn't dating.
Not dating.
And yeah, I guess, I would. That seems like the trope they're going for, so sure. But good question, Wolfhead, I guess.
No, good answer.
Good answer. Ha, 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 ha.
We had another answer.
Do we have anything on Twitter?
There's a little bit on Twitter. Oh no, I lost my track. Wait.
Oh no.
Well, get back on it.
I'm back on it. Okay. We have one that goes a little bit deep and existential, so let's go for the other one. From J-Rock. Would you rather eat a cup of uncooked popcorn or
kernels
or a box of uncooked spaghetti?
Oh, so these are both just terrible things.
Yeah.
That will ruin your teeth.
That is what makes a good would you rather, isn't it?
These are things that Yes.
You are the guest, so would you rather eat uncooked pasta or uncooked popcorn?
Well, I was gonna say these are both my typical movie time snacks here. No, I would go. My heritage is with Italian. I'm half Italian, so I would probably go with uncooked spaghetti because it is still spaghetti. Otherwise, you've got
I'm just imagining you sitting at the movie theater and you snuck pasta and you're eating it like how a chipmunk just.
It's like Charlie in that one episode of Always Sunny. What's your spaghetti policy here? But you just have a whole uncooked box. It's because between that uncooked spaghetti is a little bit more edible than unpopped popcorn. Unpopped popcorn, you'd kind of be like, that's tough. Those are dense.
Yeah.
So I would go with spaghetti. Although popcorn would be funnier. They're both pretty funny.
Yeah.
Whatever's the funniest.
Whatever's the funniest. Well, we'll just say that you have pasta. Max, what is yours?
Yeah, I mean,
do I get to season the uncooked popcorn? Can I douse it in butter to lube it up so it's not a choking hazard?
Oh no.
It just specifies that it's uncooked, so it doesn't negate the... Is this another yes with an if?
Yeah, right.
Kinda,
yeah. Add-ons are allowed.
Yeah, but no, for me it would probably also be the spaghetti because... you see, you imagine this. You have your nice bowl of spaghetti. You cooked it. You thought you cooked it, but one of those little stinkers never went never went submerged. You didn't notice because apparently you are not very competent in the kitchen. But you still have this one spaghetti, which is hard. And so you eat your spaghetti all nice, perfect, and then you have this one like. Okay, I'm moving on. Now, similar scenario with the popcorn. You have your bowl of popcorn, you have all those nice fluffy poofed thingies in your nom 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 nom, and then you have the one that isn't popped and like and this with the popcorn is a lot worse than the whatever with the spaghetti. So I also have to go with the uncooked pasta.
So you are not thinking with galaxy brain like I do.
Oh, please, give both of us why it's a no, but with a but.
Yeah.
All right. No, here's the thing. If I want anything in this world, it's obviously fame. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take the uncooked popcorn. I'm going to cover it in butter just to make it go down easier. Because I don't need to chew it. I can swallow it.
Is this a callback to one of the very earliest grade A under A videos?
No, wait. Wait. I'm going to swallow all the popcorn kernels and go to and then I'm going to go to the doctor for an X-ray. And have the most interesting medical case that will go into journals because you're essentially going into a microwave when you go get an X-ray.
So
what has it will pop, and I will be put in medical journals everywhere.
I love it.
Will I die? Maybe. But now I get to live with the consciousness of on every box of popcorn or every tub of popcorn kernels, there has to be a warning label.
Unpop before X-ray visit.
Exactly! I will have a legacy.
A legacy, exactly.
Tide Pod eating weirdos. Go home.
Because Chrissy's here.
Man, the weirdest episode of Mythbusters ever.
I'm not even part of the B team on Mythbusters. I'm like Z. We go into the Greek alphabet, and that's when they call me.
But yeah, do we have another answer?
Yes, we do. We do. This one is from Enigma, but they did not put what the question actually was, so I guess it's up for our own interpretation.
Ooh.
So their answer was, if I had to choose, I would go with a train crash, because it would not only be a sight to witness, but just the absolute wreckage would be absolutely something to possibly not forget at all. I feel like the grammar went away somewhere. Yeah, so this is obviously a would you rather.
Right.
Oh, yeah. No. I mean, in the furthest sense, yes. It's the motherlode of all would you rathers.
Okay, what do tell?
It's obviously Enigma's answer to the trolley problem. I mean, at the end of the day, the trolley problem is a would you rather, but Enigma big-brained it and went for answer C. He makes the entire train go off the tracks to create a train crash instead of running over people.
Okay, here's the problem. I think your galaxy brain is a bit too big right now. I think we need to go back to just a solar system brain level.
No, I stick with my answer. The question was the trolley problem.
What do you think the question to this is, Thoth?
I was going to say option D, I put the Iron Giant on the train tracks and derailed the train that way.
It just stops the train.
Yes.
It just bumps into the shoe, just...
Yes, exactly. I was going to say, what core memory would you rather have?
Witnessing a train crash. Seeing your parents in bed together.
Oh boy.
Or you see a parent with a train in bed together.
Now that's a trolley problem.
No, in a way, that's a train crash. Just repeatedly over and over again.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I would love if the question was, would you rather see your parents in bed together or witness a train crash? Because that implies that Enigma would rather watch hundreds die than witness their parents making another Enigma. Like, it's just...
They're no longer an Enigma.
Yeah, so, then they're not special anymore. It's not an Enigma anymore. That's how you were made. Oh God, I really want that to be the question.
It's not gonna be. But wouldn't it be
I know. Enigma, if you're in the chat.
Sorry.
What was the question?
What was the question? Okay, I think maybe it's probably like two different disasters. Like, would you rather witness a train crash or witness like a murder or a plane crash or something?
The train crash, because it would not only be a sight to witness, but just the absolute.
Because it's like a sight.
Something.
Or maybe it's like another thing involving a train. Like, would you rather rob a train or watch a train crash?
Oh wait, Dave.
The question is what you make of it, but there is an absolute question. Well, what was the absolute question? Don't tease us like this. Don't edge of sleep us like this. Now on Amazon Prime. Like, it's just
not in Germany. I want to see Mark. I want to watch Mark sleep. I want to watch him at night, but I can't. Not in Germany. Not without a VPN.
We can edge Mark together.
Ooh,
I did not sign up for this.
No, look, he said that himself on stream of like Markiplier being like, edge. We all love a good edging of sleep.
All love a good edging.
And
but
Mark did the financially wise decision of putting his edging on Amazon.
Yes.
Let's go.
It's like the time he like had an OnlyFans account to help fund his mom's documentary.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We love a good son.
It's true. Who uses OnlyFans
for his mom.
Exactly.
But yes, so I'm going to assume it's a would you rather question. We'll get Enigma's answer later.
I don't think it is. Because why
you can have your choice, but we will find out later when Enigma sends us what the question was.
I see. But yeah, more questions. Do we have more questions?
We do on Discord, yes. This one's a would you rather.
Oh, an actual one.
Yes. From Cabinet Assembly.
IKEA.
Would you rather pull a muscle or pay the assembly fee for your next furniture piece? Yes, Max, this is a question from experience.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Tough.
I'm assuming that you're pulling the muscle making the piece of furniture?
By assembling a cabinet?
Yeah, so let's just assume we're all assembling cabinets.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a weak little baby man, so I'm not going to pull a muscle. Because I am.
You're built different.
Because I am strong and smart and so cool.
I mean, here's something you should keep in mind.
Okay.
I resent it. Somebody's triggered. Well, no. Here's the thing to keep in mind. So,
okay.
Once upon a time, like, must have been like 2001-ish.
Okay. 9/11.
No, wait. 2003. Sorry, 2003.
Okay.
So
post 9/11.
Yes.
A very young Max. Was assembling, not a cabinet, but an entire wardrobe.
Okay.
And
which is just a cabinet with more steps.
Exactly. It's a big brother, and I ended up in a situation where I literally standing there like what is it, the one of the old Warner Brothers cartoons where somebody walks whoever the annoying friend is, and it's like, oh no, I believe it was a dog or something. Like, oh no, the tower in Pisa, it's falling. Please, you have to hold it. You have to keep it from falling while I get help. Exactly, and then the guy runs off to get the annoying other character, get rid of them by having them stand there and trying to keep the tower up forever. Well, I ended up basically in the situation of this dog holding like one of the pieces or one of the walls of the cabinet, like, and I was just literally standing there. I couldn't. It already was breaking out of its hinges, so if I would move, it would fall. So I literally just stood there. This was still, I was basically moving into the attic of my parents' house. So I was not alone in the building. I was just standing there. Okay, I literally need help. So I'm going to scream for help. But I don't want to make it sound too problematic because I don't want to panic my parents. So I was just standing there. Help! Help!
You are a living cartoon character. This just if I was staying at this house with you and I heard that, I would be like, okay, so it's just Max being goofy. He's just he's just being silly styled right now.
I was still like 18 or something. I didn't do streaming back in the day. So me just shouting like this, I mean, it took a while for my parents to actually check
I wouldn't
on
think
me.
that you were streaming. I'm just saying that's just you. Like, your energy is like, yeah, this could be him.
Yeah, but usually, like, the shout for help should literally get people to come and look for you. If not, then I dare to say that the people in your environment are on a bad pass. I don't know. He is literally shouting for help. Oh, that's just Max being Max. I will ignore him and let him.
I wouldn't ignore.
Get through this phase, whatever this is.
I I would just wait till like the third help because it's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I had to shout a lot.
Now it's not a bit.
Yeah.
You're like Beetlejuice, you know? You only
Yes.
show up if they say help 3 times. And then the Beatles show up, you know?
But yeah, to bring this all back, when you give your answer, keep that in mind. There is more at risk than
So
just...
what's your answer? Are you going to hire people or just deal with muscle pain?
I learned my lesson, so now I can do it. Then again,
so you're gonna make it yourself.
Then again, the last time I moved, I literally paid people to put my stuff back together. So,
You have to pick one.
So here's a... Yes, with an if.
Okay.
No, with a but.
No! God damn it, Odie. You've now ruined Would You Rather questions now.
I love answering Would You Rather. It's like that meme where it's like an image of... It's like a big wall of text. Like, you respond... Like, it's like a meme page, like, there, and it's like... It's like, that's that answer. I love it, though. I love answering with an essay to a yes or no.
This feels like when people are like, gun to your head, would you do this character? And then the person answers, I would just take the gun away. Like, that's not the answer. That's not... No. You have A, B, or C. You can't pick Q. Like...
You can't customize the question. You have to answer
I know it's
it.
a Simpsons reference, which means I can't be mad at you.
Right.
But no, okay, so, yeah, what would I pick? No, well, Thoth, what would you pick? Would you rather deal with a little bit of muscle pain or the shame of having to call and pay movers?
Well,
to set up a cabinet for you.
Well, I am a big dumb baby man, weak baby man, but I am also... I mean, come on, this is movie arms right here. But what I will say is that I did assemble a bookcase to hold other DVDs that's in the hallway right now. So in that
I'm sorry,
scenario,
I just love it's like, look, I could do it. I just don't want to. See?
Right, exactly. No, I took it and I assembled it into like a DNA pattern. No, I mean, I would be overconfident enough where I would do it. I would give myself muscle pain. And I would do it wrong, but I would try to do it myself. So
okay.
I would take muscle pain and the embarrassment of doing it wrong over paying the movers.
Imagine that I bully all these I bullied everyone this entire time and say I choose to pay someone to assemble a cabinet for me. No, I'm not going to do that. Here's the thing. I'm a stubborn Italian woman. There have been many situations in my life where I do something that I probably shouldn't of physical ability, and I do it anyways. I remember when I got ran over by that bike, and I was in so much pain, and I was still reaching to grab bottles of water out of the fridge, even though I couldn't lift up my arm all the way without it hurting. Was that the smart decision? No, but that's my decision. That's the thing. It's not whether I do it right or not. It's if I have the freedom to fuck up. And I'd rather that freedom.
Exactly.
So I'm going to choose doing it myself.
Nice. We're all independent. We're
all independent and in muscle pain, apparently.
Yes. Or run over by...
I just want to know, how do you pull your muscle building a cabinet? Because isn't that just a door? I only just now realized, we're not building a whole wardrobe. You're just putting a door in a hole. Like, that would be like you twisted your leg trying to fix a light bulb. Like, listen, on a table lamp. Like, it's just like...
Listen, I'll sleep wrong nowadays. I'm getting to that stage of age now, of aging, where I'm not being like, oh, I'm so old, because I'm not. I have friends who are older than me, but I will say this. I'm getting to that stage of life now where I'll be sleeping normally. I'll wake up and I'm like, oh, I slept at 2 degrees the wrong angle, and now I can't move my head to the right the rest of the day. And now it's hell. So I feel that muscle pulls are rough.
So we're at our final question, but however, I want to say that Odie sent me the picture of the cabinet they made. That's not a cabinet.
Oh, I need to see this. Hold on.
That's a wardrobe.
That is a wardrobe. That's a lion and a witch and a wardrobe right there.
Yeah, what's wrong?
That's the gateway
you
to
are
Narnia.
Wrong. Now I can understand why you pulled your muscle, but
That's
still.
True. They were fighting the white witch in there. That's how they pulled the muscle.
Exactly, for the Turkish delights that that look deceptively delicious, but actually taste kind of
actually true.
There's
Odie just said furniture in the question. The cabinet came from the name.
Well, there we go.
I was gonna say that's a what? That's a would you rather? Would you sell all your friends out for Turkish delights or not?
Turkish delights taste not good. So
really? Tilda Swinton lied to me.
They're bland. They're bland little jelly. I could just make gelatin and it'd be the same, and then freeze it, and then I would have the same sensation.
Why was C.S. Lewis talking up the Turkish delights then? Now I'm just disappointed. I'm going to go complain on the internet.
Maybe he's like those boring people who are like, ooh, salt, too spicy for me.
Mayonnaise, too spicy.
Oh, man. Like, it could, I mean, with a name like C.S. Lewis, you're a special brand of white. But, yes, so...
If your first name is 2 letters. 2 letters.
Wow, who is ready for some fucking, some marrying, and some killing?
I thought you were going to just end the statement, who's ready for some fucking, and I'm like, what a
let us switch over from YouTube to Pornhub.
The chatterbait. Okay, so it is now time for the FMK. From Sailor Ranger Prince. When the spookiest creatures run about and the fear and terror creeps up and around, you have those who are specialized to handle some supernatural foes and fiends. So get your steaks and have your onions at the ready for fuck, marry. First of all, okay, note, fuck, marry, kill, specter slayers and horror hunters. Vampires are not unattracted by onions. It's garlic, you fucking Nimrod.
Maybe they were referencing Shrek. You don't know.
Are we hunting Shrek? Then Puss in Boots would be on this list.
Which would solve the problem that we have 2 dudes and a girl.
Yeah. So we have Van Helsing, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Dante from Devil May Cry, with the double parentheses of not the reboot one.
Oh, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Yes.
Got you.
But yes, so that is our 3 choices. Foff, you are our guest, so you get first pickings.
I get to go
Van
first.
Helsing is actually also... Van Helsing could also use a qualifier because we have like the actual Van Helsing from Dracula, who is just an old dude.
I want to think the 2004 Van Helsing.
As Hugh Jackman.
Yes. So you get Hugh Jackman, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Dante.
Okay. It's okay. I would say, if I'm allowed to go with it, I'll go fuck Hugh Jackman, Van Helsing.
Why?
Okay.
I mean, okay, no need to explain. I was
gonna say I don't have to explain
that. Yeah, it's Hugh Jackman. Look at him.
Exactly. Marry Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Of course.
He has a little bit more why needed.
Okay. Because I respect her and I would want to be married to the Vampire Slayer if a vampire takeover occurred.
We are 260 episodes into the Awkward Cast.
Yes.
We didn't have the FMKs all the way, but by now I would say for the absolute majority, this might be one of the most respectful answers for marriage, period, in the entire show history.
I respect her.
I respect her, and she'll protect me.
Exactly.
Okay. Now it sounds more selfish again. Now we are back on board. Okay, for a moment I was worried that the show is no longer living up to his name.
And then kill Dante just because I admittedly have not played the Devil May Cry series, but I'm willing to adjust that if I meet and grow accustomed to Dante, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. That's his last name. His last name is Devil May Cry.
His DMC.
Right. DMC.
So his initials is DDMC.
Yeah. white boy with 2 letters as his first name.
I mean, he's very white. He's the whitest white. He's white hair and white. He's bleached. But okay. So that was your answer.
Yes.
Who goes last this time around? Me or Pop? Will let you decide. Who goes next in choosing, me or Max?
I say Max goes next because I want you, Key, to go last.
Okay, that's perfect. Max, you get. I know this is going to somehow end with me killing Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I mean, it's pretty
sad.
obvious that is kind of the thing.
That is not girl boss. Not girl bossing.
He gave us 1 girl and 2 dudes, and I still have the option to pick the woman for the fuck answer instead of going with Dante.
And Hugh Jackman was already
been
fucked.
taken. Oh, but
one way or another, we're gonna be sexist, folks. One way or another.
It's called straight, not sexist.
What's wrong with being sexy?
No, I'm sorry. Just it's not sexist. It's straight. Was the most
if the cishet dude picks the woman over the dudes to have an intimate time with, this is not sexism. This is just.
See, that's why. But see, I avoided that by saying I'd marry Buffy. I avoided it.
The sex is implied.
Yes.
Anyway, so yes, I mean, despite the fact that I do had an obvious crush on Buffy back in the day when I watched it as a teenager. I mean, which teenager boy of the 90s didn't? Well, the gay ones, but this rich straight teenage boy of the 90s didn't.
The gay ones, the ace ones, the ones who are bi and preferred angel.
Yeah, but ace ones could still be having a crush. They would probably not pick them for the fuck answer, but then again, they would probably not pick anybody.
The aromantic ones. Ones who watch Big Wolf on campus instead.
Right. Jane Schoenbrunn, and they made I Saw the TV Glow. There you go.
Let's go with a better answer than she is the only girl. No, I legitimately had a crush on her, and I stand by Spike Spiegel's statement of I love a woman who could beat my ass. And Buffy has literal supernatural strength and reflexes and everything, so when I would go with Buffy in a what is the name again? Raised Congress or lifted Congress? She would lift me up in the middle. So man. that is something legitimately. How would it even work? Now I need to know. So yes, Buffy, come please. It's for science. It's for science, you know.
And you know, honestly, Sarah Michelle has aged very well. Good for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't checked on her recently, but
I mean, like, you know, she looks very happy. She's married to Freddie Prinze Jr., so Daphne and Fred got together.
There you go.
Which I think is adorable.
That is.
but yeah. Then,
ironically enough, I don't think they got together while working on Scooby-Doo. I think they started dating on Starship Troopers or something. The other thing that had Matthew Lillard in it.
Yeah.
But
Matthew,
so...
I was gonna say, did Matthew Lillard marry the CG Scooby-Doo model?
It's either that or marrying Linda Cardellini, which that would be the dream.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, true.
You want to talk about someone who's aged like fine wine?
Yes.
I love Linda Cardellini. But okay,
those
so
are
you
names.
got your fuck
I have
answer.
maybe even heard them in my life before.
You've seen Linda Cardellini.
Probably. I might have even seen this name written down at some point.
Have you ever seen Freaks and Geeks?
No.
I have. I like Freaks and Geeks.
You have seen everything. This doesn't count, Thoth.
You watch Legally Blonde.
Yes, of course.
Yes, I have.
She's the one who's actually killed the man in Legally Blonde. The one that tried to use the perm defense, being like, oh, I was getting a perm.
Funny enough, I don't remember her face whatsoever. Anyway,
I mean, she was in Mad Men.
Yes.
Also, I haven't watched it.
God, she's Wendy in Gravity Falls.
That's just a voice.
Well, anyways,
we're
go
just
ahead.
Voices.
So please talk about how you're going to marry Hugh Jackman. Or no, you're gonna marry Dante.
I was about to say I'm not gonna I'm not gonna marry Hugh Jackman. I'm gonna kill him. You see, since we agreed we are talking about Hugh Jackman Van Helsing, by the end of the movie, he, I believe, is a werewolf or not or something. But maybe he finds a counter serum or some stuff. But at the end of the day, he was a werewolf, and this stuff never goes away. Just he is officially now a monster hunting monster, which is kind of a callback to Big Wolf on Campus. And we all know Big Wolf on Campus would have been better if they would have been consistent and would have killed him by the end of the show, because he is a monster now. So I am doing what Big Wolf on Campus didn't have the balls to do with Hugh Jackman from Helsing, and I kill him. Also, he already killed Dracula. He has no more purpose in life, so...
Dang.
So we
just... So you're suggesting spaying and neutering this proverbial werewolf, then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just kill him. Like
okay.
I wouldn't be so cruel and spay and neuter him. Excuse me, I'm not a monster. He is. That's the entire point.
Don't you say that about Hugh Jackman.
So, marrying Dante. I mean, I know nothing about the Dante lore, so I believe he's like the son of the Lord of the Underworld or something. I don't know. So he's a male version of Charlie from Has Been, and he had a big sword, and he's cheesy. This sounds like great marriage material. Am I right? That's a dream husband.
Take it like this. The marriage will be eventful because you're always learning something new about each other because you know nothing about him.
True. You're the audience surrogate. Yeah,
that is a blind date equivalent of a marriage. So that sounds promising.
God damn it! I was trying to find more Linda Cardellini roles while you were doing yours, and I was like, oh yeah, she's been in Marvel stuff, and I click on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. She's the otter in Guardians, so it's another fucking voice role.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. She's Lila.
I forgot about that.
She's also hot.
Give funny answers to a stupid question, because now I'm sad because I'm thinking of the Order. And the other animals. Now I'm super sad.
Aw. Anyways, so who am I going to fuck? Let's see. Hugh Jackman got fucked. Buffy got fucked. So I'm fucking Dante, which is a lot of girls' dreams.
Yeah, true.
I mean, he's a cheesy, but a little bit machismo kind of guy. I think it'll be fun. Look, with all the things he's had to fight and everything in the series, he must know a few things. Look, it's either one of two things. Either he has gotten so much tail in his life because of the life he lives, or because of the life he lives, he is inexperienced, and then I seem like the better lay in comparison.
Ooh, okay. I see. You're thinking fourth dimensionally here.
Yes, I am playing 4D chess with my sex life.
But with checkers.
But with checkers,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
4D checkers.
4D checkers.
What an inane game. It would take so much traveling to do King Me.
Right. And then you set up at the board and they're like, we're playing Old Maid. What the fuck?
I made the hypercube and you want to play Old Maid?
Play Old Maid.
Okay, so there's my fucking answer.
Okay.
I am going to kill... You know what? I'm going to go with marry. I'm going to marry Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
It's like the fuck answer. You don't even need to explain.
I mean, it's 2000s era Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, you send a picture. Let me put him on screen so people know what we are actually talking about.
I mean, look at the woman looking at him and imagine that's me.
That's me.
That will be my life. I get to dress up in sexy outfits like that and be with Hugh Jackman.
Isn't this
that
his
sounds
sister?
like I get to dress up in sexy outfits.
Isn't this in the movie canonically his sister? You want to be Hugh Jackman's sister and marry him? I know we talked a lot about anime today.
I did not add ick to your answers. Don't add ick to mine. I get to be in the Van Helsing universe and dress up sexy, like everyone in that movie.
I mean,
like,
that is true. That is true. I mean, even the peasants in the village kind of look hot in their peasant outfits. That is not normal.
Exactly.
It was post Matrix. Everyone was wearing dark leather. Yes. Everyone was cool. That was what Van Helsing was. Yeah. Everyone wanted like dark and like edgy. It was that time. Remember League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? I remember League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
But
I just realized something. Mm-hmm. The 2004 Van Helsing movie is just if the Matrix went to a Ren fair.
But here you know what really fits that description, and out of principle I think I have to watch the movie in the next couple of weeks so I can talk about it. Oh no, it's already... Oh no. Wait, there's one more week in October. So I need to watch it this week so I can make it my media next week. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
Oh yeah.
This was so... Oh. But anyway, so why do you want to murder poor old Buffy?
I mean, the funny thing is that we won't have an awkward next week because I'll be in London.
Oh no.
True.
I know, but we could still talk about Hansel and Gretel at any time.
I can still watch it and talk about it the week after.
Exactly. So, well, not the week after that Cider Fest, but then after that, it's a busy time. It's the holidays. We'll
just solve that by watching Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunter and Van Helsing at Cider Fest. I'll just turn Riff Pony's panel into we're watching Van Helsing 2004. And you can't do anything about it.
But yes, so I'm going to kill Buffy the Vampire Slayer. How do I spin this? Wait a minute, I know how to spin it.
Okay.
I am killing Buffy to take competition away from my husband, Van Helsing. Because he's also a vampire slayer.
You did it.
It's not killing because I want to kill Buffy. It's killing out of loyalty for my love, Hugh Jackman.
There you go.
So there you go. Ergo, Buffy's fucking dead.
Ergo, it's progressive because you're doing it for your husband.
There's no awkward way to end this. I big-brained it.
Ayn Wye and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. It's the awkward. Hard work and analysis which you do not want to miss on awkward.